Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome to more Darksiders 3 news. As promised, I'm bringing you new screenshots and a glimpse of new info regarding the gameplay thanks to IGN. The very first thing I'd like to talk about is the screenshot of Fury's face. It looks better compared to the trailer, but I still feel like it's too soft and goofy, especially next to all this armor. Perhaps I feel this way because both war and death look very deadly and inhuman. I would still prefer if it was closer to the comic book design, which makes her rather inhuman and scary. A lot of people talk about her hair as well, and I'm honestly very conflicted about it. It looks beautiful and I would bet it smells lovely, but at the same time she is the rider of the apocalypse, flailing her whip around and rampaging through bodies. How is she able to maintain such hair, and is it possible that it's not smelly? We do need to remember that she is magical, so perhaps that is how she keeps her hair spotless. It wouldn't surprise me if she struck a deal with a maker who created the most epic conditioner you've ever seen. Next we see a screenshot of her in battle with Sloth, the first of the 7 deadly sins. I must say I'm surprised that the fat bastard is up in the air, especially after they described him as a lazy slob, but perhaps his little minions are helping him out. My guess is that he will fly around and hurl magical balls of poop, and we'll need to avoid it and climb around to get onto him and bring him death. I guess the boss battle will be a bit more dynamic than I imagined, which makes sense because Fury should be very agile and quick. They talked about the gameplay and how it will change compared to previous games. Apparently the game will try to be very open, with a Swiss cheese kind of design, where it will let you have glimpses of different areas that aren't accessible unless you explore the world further. They plan to have interconnected areas and dungeons with more fluidity and elements that make sense. Many games tend to have loot and enemies in very convenient places, where it feels forced, but they say their goal is to make the world and its inhabitants natural and with purpose. They also mentioned that the game will have much more verticality, which also makes a lot of sense because she has a whip as a primary weapon and tool. We can easily imagine her being able to leap through the world with ease, hair in her face and heels ready to stomp the bugs on the ground. Darksiders 2 had great movement mechanics, which made controlling death very satisfying, and hopefully that will continue with Fury as well. What is also mentioned is how the game design will change depending on how close you are to the boss battle. This also goes well with their idea to make everything more natural, because it simply makes sense. If you decide to take a trip to the garbage dump, you won't suddenly go from Beverly Hills to Detroit. It will be gradual, and with more and more garbage appearing on your way. Each boss will have their own unique environment, so we can probably expect one standard environment that is presented as a safe zone, and then with each new boss, a gradually changing landscape until we reach its ultimate design at the boss lair. The game is being developed in Unreal Engine, as opposed to a custom engine that Virgil Games had for the first 2 games. This should result with better workflow and graphics, because it is better for hiring new people and it is one of the best engines to showcase living landscapes, which Darksiders has plenty of. Given the fact that IGN had a chance to actually play the game, the release might be closer than we think. I'm truly hoping it is at the start of 2018, because my body suffers each second ever since the trailer announcement. It would be great if they started doing developer livestreams like Monolith does for Shadow of War. It would give us all the needed fix to stop the withdrawals. Either way, I need to get familiar with the Darksiders lore again, because I forgot so much. You guys made sure to let me know in the previous video, so I'll try my best to remember it all and bring you some Darksiders gameplay so we can all prepare for the sensual Lady of the Apocalypse. Thanks for watching, I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.